All right, let's unlock some serious language learning power today.
Sounds exciting.
It is. We're diving deep into the shadowing technique.
Oh, I've heard about that.
You have?
Yeah, I've been meaning to try it out.
Well, perfect timing then.
Definitely.
Basically, it's like becoming an echo.
An echo?
Yeah, in your target language.
Okay, I get it.
Repeating everything you hear.
Interesting.
We've got a great episode from English Unlocked with Emma and Jake to guide us.
Oh, cool.
Let's jump right in and see what makes shadowing so effective.
All right, let's do it.
So it's more than just mimicking.
Yeah, it's way more than just mimicking.
And what makes it so special?
Well, it's really about tapping into that natural learning process.
Oh, yeah, like how we learned as kids.
Exactly. Remember how you learned your first language?
By listening and repeating.
Great.
Yeah.
Like a little parrot.
Exactly. And shadowing basically brings that back.
Brings back that childlike learning.
Right. It trains your brain and your mouth to work together.
Seemingly.
So it's not just about memorizing a bunch of grammar rules.
No, not at all.
More about internalizing the language, the rhythm and flow.
You got it. It's like learning to dance.
Okay, I like that analogy.
You don't think about every single step.
No, you just feel the music.
Yeah. And you just move with it.
You're in the groove.
You're in the flow.
Exactly. And shadowing does that for language.
That's a great way to put it.
So you're saying we can absorb vocabulary, grammar, even pronunciation.
All of that.
Without overthinking it.
Right. Like you're downloading information straight into your brain.
Okay, so how do we actually shadow?
The practical part.
Yes, give us the step-by-step.
All right, so first things first.
Choose your material.
Exactly. Choose wisely.
So what kind of stuff are we talking about here?
Takes podcasts, YouTube videos, even movie scenes.
Ooh, movies. That's fun.
Right. As long as they're clear and match your level.
Makes sense. We don't want to jump into the deep end too soon.
No, you don't want to be like, drowning in a sea of words.
Especially if you're just starting out.
Don't jump into a rapid-fire rap battle on day one.
Yeah, maybe save that for later.
Exactly. Start slow. Find something you actually enjoy.
Engaging material is key.
Absolutely. Now, here's a crucial step.
Okay, I'm listening.
Resist the urge to jump right into repeating.
Oh, okay.
Take a moment. Really listen to the audio first.
Get a feel for it.
Exactly. The context, the pronunciation, the intonation.
All those little details.
Yes. All the delicious details that make the language come alive.
So really tune in before you try to tune up your own speech.
Beautifully put. This is how you start to develop that ear for the language.
So you can really hear those nuances.
Right. Now here comes the fun part.
The actual shadowing.
Yes. Repeating. Try to mimic the speaker.
As closely as possible.
Yes. Stay in sync.
Don't worry about being perfect at first.
Exactly. Don't get hung up on perfection.
It's more about getting comfortable with the flow, right?
Yeah, you're getting it.
Okay, so we've chosen our material. We've listened carefully.
Mimic.
Yeah, we're getting the hang of the basic flow.
Then you can level up.
Level up. Tell me more.
Start focusing on the finer points.
What kind of finer points?
Like the stress, the pitch, and you know what else?
What?
Connected speech.
Ah, that's a good one.
Emma and Jake were talking about it too.
Yeah, connected speech, it's so important.
It is how words blend together in natural conversation.
Right, like going to becomes gonna.
Exactly. You're not just saying the words, you're capturing how native speakers actually say them.
That's so cool.
It is. And you know what Emma and Jake suggest?
What's that?
Record yourself while you're shadowing.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Right. Then compare your recording to the original.
It's like having your own personal language coach.
Exactly. Helps you spot those areas where you might be tripping up.
I like that, those little stumbles we might not even notice.
It can be really eye-opening.
It can. Now, I know consistency is key.
With any learning technique.
But how much shadowing should we be aiming for?
Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference.
Oh, wow, that's not bad at all.
Right. It's like building a muscle.
The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
That's the idea. Small, consistent effort over time.
That's encouraging. Now, I'm curious about accents.
Accents.
Yeah, should we be focusing on a specific accent when we're shadowing?
That's a good question.
It is, because there are so many variations out there.
There are. It really depends on your goals.
Like, why are you learning this language?
Exactly. If you're learning for a specific region.
Oh, okay. Like if you're planning to move somewhere?
Or for a specific job, then picking a relevant accent makes sense.
But if it's more about general communication?
Then just find clear, neutral speakers to shadow.
Makes sense. Just focus on understanding and being understood.
Exactly. The accent can come later.
Okay, I'm feeling pretty ready to give this a try now.
Are you?
I think so.
Awesome. How about we try a little shadowing exercise?
Right now.
Yeah, right here, right now.
Okay, I'm game. Let's do it.
All right. It'll give our listeners a feel for the technique.
All right, bring it on.
Let's start simple, okay?
Okay, I like simple.
Here's a sentence. The weather is beautiful today.
Short and sweet.
Exactly. I'll say it first, then you repeat like an echo.
Got it. I'm ready.
The weather is beautiful today.
The weather is beautiful today.
Perfect. You're a natural.
Well, it is a beautiful day.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, let's add a little bit more detail.
Okay, challenge me.
Try this. The weather is beautiful today, and I'm planning to go for a walk.
All right, here we go. The weather is beautiful today, and I'm planning to go for a walk.
Well done. You're getting the hang of it.
It's fun, actually.
It is.
Now, I know you mentioned connected speech.
I did.
So can we try that?
Let's do it. Listen closely. The weather's beautiful today, and I'm planning to go for a walk.
Okay, so the weather becomes the weather's.
Right. It's all about that smooth flow.
All right, here we go. The weather's beautiful today, and I'm planning to go for a walk.
Excellent. You're picking it up quickly.
It does make a difference, doesn't it?
It really does. That's the magic of connected speech.
It makes it sound so much more natural.
Exactly. Like you're a native speaker.
That's the goal.
It is. And you're well on your way.
I can already feel myself getting more comfortable with the rhythm and flow.
That's great to hear. It's all about practice.
So what's next? Should we try an even longer sentence?
Absolutely. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll tackle a more complex sentence and explore the nuances of shadowing even further.
Sounds good to me.
Ready for round 2 of shadowing?
I think so.
Good. I've got that longer sentence ready.
Oh, yeah, the one you mentioned before.
You got it.
Hit me with it. I'm feeling brave after those practice sentences.
Okay, good. Here it is. Listen closely. While shadowing might seem challenging at first, with consistent practice, it can become an incredibly effective tool for enhancing your pronunciation fluency and overall confidence in speaking your target language.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
It is.
Yeah?
But you can do it.
All right, deep breath. While shadowing might seem challenging at first with consistent practice, it can become an incredibly effective tool for enhancing your pronunciation fluency and overall confidence in speaking your target language.
Wow, you nailed it.
Really, I kind of stumbled over a few words.
Yeah, but you kept the rhythm going and your pronunciation was spot on.
That's a relief.
You're a natural.
It's amazing how shadowing makes you pay attention to every single word.
Right.
And the way they connect, it's like you're really feeling the language.
You're totally right. It pushes you past just knowing what the words mean.
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
It is. It helps you internalize the music of the language, the way phrases flow together.
Those subtle pauses and stresses.
All of that, it makes all the difference.
I'm starting to get it.
That's awesome.
So we've talked about why shadowing works, the steps involved, and we even did some practice.
We did.
Is there anything else we should know about as we add shadowing to our language learning toolkit?
Well, Emma and Jake had one more point they really stressed.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Don't get discouraged if you make mistakes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's so easy to get caught up in trying to sound exactly like the speaker.
Yeah, like a perfect copy.
Exactly. But that's not the point.
So what is the point?
The point is to find your own voice in the language to make it your own.
That makes sense.
Right.
So it's not about perfection, it's about progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every stumble, every mistake, it's a chance to learn something new.
You learn about the language itself.
And about your own speaking habits.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it.
It is. Turn those mistakes into stepping stones.
Love that. Now, they also talked about keeping things interesting.
They did, didn't they?
Like, don't just stick to one type of audio.
Right. Mix it up.
So what other options are there?
We'll try podcasts, one day, a song, the next, maybe even a scene from a movie.
Oh, yeah, shadowing a fast-paced dialogue from a movie would be fun.
Wouldn't it? That's a great way to challenge yourself.
And work on different aspects of the language.
You might even pick up some new slang or expressions.
That's a bonus.
It is. So as we wrap up this part about putting shadowing into practice,
Yeah, good point.
is there anything else our listeners should keep in mind as they embark on their shadowing journey?
Good question.
Remember, consistency is key.
Short, regular practice.
Even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
It can make a big difference over time.
Right. Those minutes add up.
I'm already feeling more confident about using shadowing.
That's awesome. You're going to rock this.
I hope so. And I'm really excited to hear your thought-provoking insight.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned it could change how we approach learning in general, not just languages.
I did. In the next part, we'll take a look at shadowing through a wider lens.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, Back for the final part of our shadowing deep dive, and I'm so ready for that thought-provoking insight you promised.
Oh, yeah, remember.
I do. You said shadowing could be more than just a language learning thing?
More than just for languages, yeah.
Right. So tell me more.
Well, let's think about what actually happens when we're shadowing. We're really immersing ourselves in the flow of information.
Like letting go of control.
Yeah. Letting the language just wash over us.
And in doing that, we absorb so much.
All those little things.
The rhythm, the nuances.
Yeah. The natural way of speaking.
Almost effortlessly.
Effortlessly. It's like we're tapping into a different kind of learning, isn't it?
It feels that way.
Now, imagine applying that same principle to other areas.
Other areas, like what?
Learning a musical instrument, maybe.
Okay.
A new sport. Or even grasping a complex scientific concept.
So instead of just reading about it or watching someone else do it,
You'd actively engage with it.
mimicking and practicing.
Letting the knowledge seep in through experience.
So it's like learning by doing, by feeling.
Exactly. By immersing ourselves in the process.
So you're saying we bypass the need for all that overthinking and analysis?
Just let our brains make those connections naturally.
Those unconscious connections that lead to true mastery.
You got it.
It's like we're hacking our learning process.
Using our brain's natural ability to absorb information
Through immersion and repetition.
makes perfect sense when you think about how we learn as kids.
Oh, yeah, like how we learn to walk.
Exactly. We didn't learn by reading a manual.
No, we watched, we mimicked.
We practiced over and over and over.
Fell down a few times, probably.
Probably. But we got there in the end.
This is blowing my mind. Suddenly, shadowing seems less like a technique
More like a blueprint.
for accelerated learning in any field,
It's all about finding that flow state.
where you're fully engaged, totally absorbed in the process.
Like a musician lost in the music.
An athlete in the zone.
It's that feeling. That's what we're aiming for.
That makes me think of Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's work on flow states.
Oh, you know his work.
A little bit.
He talks about that feeling of complete absorption
And enjoyment.
when we're fully engaged in something we love.
And shadowing could be a gateway to that.
Exactly. Not just in language learning, but in any area where we want to excel.
Wow, this has been so eye-opening.
Glad to hear it.
I'm already thinking about how I can apply this to my own learning.
That's what I like to hear. So this brings me to a question for you,
Sure.
and for our listeners too.
Okay, I'm listening.
How could you apply this principle of immersion and repetition?
To something you're currently learning.
Anything at all.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is, isn't it? Something to really ponder.
It is. I'm going to be thinking about that for sure.
Good. Because it can really change the way you approach learning.
I can already feel it.
Excellent.
This has been a fantastic deep dive into the shadowing technique.
It has, hasn't it?
I feel energized, inspired to put these ideas into practice.
And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here,
We hope you've gained some valuable insights.
and that you'll unlock your own learning potential.
Until next time, happy learning, everyone.